Good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Friday, May 31st, 2024. What a wonderful day it is today. It's option expiry day. Uh, it's the day after one of the most pivotal and most important days in all of American history, also Canadian history, by the way. What a wonderful relief. It's just a relief here. I got to tell you, Canadians, Americans were holding their breath for weeks and days and hours until finally yesterday it was announced. It's official. It's done. Decision has been made. Our problems are all over. We are now able to move forward on a clear path of happiness and joy, and we can hold hands and sing Kumbaya together at the campfire. What am I talking about? What is the big thing that happened yesterday? The big thing. Let me show you. I got a photo. I got more than a photo. I have got some unbelievable photography for you to take a look at. Check this out. Here it is right here. The $1.50 hot dog has been preserved at Costco. Whew, that was close. That could have gone either way. The jury was out on this. Here's a shot here of the Canadian food court at a Costco store. We here in Canada, not only do we have the $1.50 hot dog, which, by the way, here in Canada, the $1.50 hot dog costs $1.50 Canadian. We don't even pay American money for this thing. That's like 50 cents US. We're laughing. We also get up. Up there, we have chicken wings here in Canada. That's right. We get Costco chicken wings. Of course, we have the pizza, and then way over here, is it over there? Over there, yeah. There's chicken strips and fries and gravy. And then we have French fries and poutine, baby. Yeah, we have poutine. So here you go. This is what life is all about here in Canada. We have preserved the $1.50 hot dog with the soda. We have our poutine here available, and we have our chicken wings that you guys in America don't even get a chance to order this stuff. It's unbelievable. You get the hot dog, but then you're kind of left in a lurch. But okay, thank God. The jury was out on this for weeks. People were worried at Costco. Oh God, they're going to raise the price of the hot dog. This is going to blow memberships out the door. This is going to create riots in the streets. A potential civil war could be happening here if the hot dog prices went up at Costco. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. By the by, I don't know if you're aware of this. You Americans, by the way, Canadians love Americans. We love you guys. Did you know that here in Canada, at our IKEA stores, here in Calgary, we have one of the largest IKEA stores in all of Canada. We have a food department inside IKEA. They bring in foods from Sweden and Europe and stuff, or at least it's Swedish style foods. I'm not sure if it's imported directly from Sweden, but they do have a little food court here too. The IKEA store is so huge that we have a restaurant on the second floor of the furniture store, because you can spend 2 hours here and mill around and walk around, and you pop into the restaurant, have a coffee and a piece of cake, or have Swedish meatballs and mashed potatoes and gravy if you want. But downstairs, you can also pop into their fast food little court, and they've got frozen yogurt ice cream cones for like $2 Canadian. They have hot dogs for 99 cents, cheaper than Costco, but they're not Costco hot dogs. They're not that, 1/4 pound beef, whatever hot dog, whatever those ingredients are. I don't want to talk about that. They have the really skinny, ballpark Frank type burger, I'm talking about. But 99 cents, people love all those. For your kids, it's perfect. You take the kids with you to IKEA, and you promise them a treat going out the door. So if they're behaving themselves all through the store, there's something waiting for you. Well, they get a hot dog, and then you buy them a little, ice cream cone. And you get out of there for like you got 2 kids, you're out of there for under $5-6 as a parent, and you get those kids behaving for that hour and a half you needed. That's a pretty good payoff. Anyway, thank God, Costco, they have preserved the $1.50 hot dog with drink and we have nothing else to worry about. Now everything in America is fine. Everything in Canada is back to normal. There's nothing in the news anymore for us to worry about. Everything is great. So congratulations to all of us, and the harmony will continue. The love and the respect between people and genders and races is all intact. That was close. I'm telling you right now, that was dang close, and I didn't need any of that kind of nonsense around here. Thank you all for joining me here today. It's the last day of May. It's Friday. We are going to see, and have seen now in the last couple of days, upwards of $5 trillion of options turning over, options that we're aware of, okay? When I talk about options expiry, okay, I need you to understand something. I'm not talking about all the side bets that are going on between hedge funds and other institutional traders. I am talking about the actual regulated options market that I talk about all the time, where I try to help you become an option writer. The turnover of that market is $5 trillion a week. All right, I'm not talking about a year. I'm not talking about a quarter. I'm not talking about every month. Every 7 days, $5 trillion of option money turns over. And some of you, maybe all of you at one time, I don't know for sure, but for those of you who've been following me a while, and I mean more than a year, okay, ever since 2021 when I started going live here in January to make sense of what was going on out there, I have been begging you to understand how dangerous it can be to be an option player. I've been amplifying all the fears that have been put on you through all your friends and relatives when you tell them, oh, I watch this guy on YouTube and I'm learning how to write options. And they go, oh no, you're going to lose all your money. They're going to take your stock away from you, because they've heard horror stories about option trading. And I've said to you, plain and simple, straight out, since 2021, when I went live every day trying to explain the markets in plain English, that if you are an option buyer, you're a gambler and you're going to possibly lose it all. And some of you have taken me seriously, and some of you have kind of listened to me and go, oh yeah, he's kind of right. But there are circumstances where I think I'm smarter than he is. And I'm smarter than the market. I'm smarter and more agile and way more sophisticated than these professionals out there. And, Bruce, you're a nice guy and all, but you're kind of, thin on the hair. You kind of you're old looking. You're kind of funny looking, and I like listening to your voice, but I don't want to look at your face. You're like a radio thing to me. I just think that sometimes I can buy options and I can do better than what you're saying. And then it happens. From time to time, I get these messages in my email box from individuals that will say, I know you always say we should be writing options. And if we do write options, we're on the safe side of the market. We're doing what casinos do. We let the gamblers gamble, and we take their money and give them a little bit back. We take most of it, keep most of it, and give them some back. Every once in a while, a gambler wins a little here and there. But generally speaking, we take the wins off the top, and we can afford the water fountains, and we can afford the stage shows, and we can afford the buffets, and we can afford to give out free drinks. You remember the Vegas in the 80s? It was great. Nowadays, Vegas has gone corporate, and it's a pathetic scene compared to what it once was. But 40-year-olds who go to Vegas today have no idea what it was like 40 years ago, because they weren't born yet. They were probably conceived in Vegas. But that's another story. I'm not going there. In any event, if you're an option writer and you follow me, you make money. If you're an option gambler, you're going to get your butt handed to you from time to time. And the problem with getting your butt handed to you from time to time, it comes at the most inconvenient time. like when you can't afford it, when you really needed a win, not a loss, and you were certain that placing this wager is a guaranteed payoff because you know what you're doing, and you don't, and boom, you get nailed. And I get the emails. Hey, listen, I kind of did something opposite what you said to do. What are my options here? What are my choices? Is there anything I can do to mitigate this? And I kind of look at it and go, well, this could be a learning lesson. A lot of my viewers tell me right now, this is a learning curve. I've really learned something here. What have they learned? They've learned in firsthand, in a firsthand way, that when I tell you that you are gambling everything when you're buying options long, they see it firsthand. They watch a contract shrink to nothing in light speed. They close the week out on a Friday, sitting at a level here, and then on Monday morning they're down here, and they didn't have a chance to do any trading and shifting and adjustments or nothing. They just wake up the next morning and they're down 80% on their money. Like, what the hell happened? Welcome to real life. This is where option writers, those of you who watch me, most of you, if you're writing options, you're the one going, well, no kidding, Sherlock. Yeah, of course. You write call options against a stock, and a stock drops, 5% first thing Monday morning. The contracts that you wrote last week, 2 weeks ago, are worth nothing. Yeah, no kidding. Or you buy calls, or you write credit spreads, call credit spreads against a hot flying stock, thinking that, oh yeah, it's going to back off. I'm going to make money on this down dip here, and it just keeps on going. It just keeps on going. The market keeps on going. Money keeps coming into the stock market inexplicably. All kinds of nonsense is happening out there. All kinds of horror stories are happening out there. All kinds of clickbait headlines are coming at you about the end of the freaking economic world as you know it, and the markets just keep going up, and you get burned. You see these people get annihilated, and as an option writer, you're sitting back going, I don't understand it. I understand how to write options. I get that. I understand how options shrink because I took Bruce's classes and I hang out with this guy. I do one-on-ones with this guy. I get all of that. I understand how credit spreads work. I understand how cash secured puts work. I understand poor man covered calls. I understand all this stuff that Bruce hammers away at. I can't understand how I make money though, because I write these contracts like he says, and then they just turn into nothing. It's unbelievable. All I have to do is this. I just have to learn to do this. If I could just do this, I would be richer like you cannot believe, because every time he tells me to, write these contracts or do these spreads, let the time depreciation wipe them out. Sure enough, it happens all the freaking time. Only on occasion do I have to do a rollover to make another move. Only occasionally, like once every 10 times, once every 8, 12, 50, depends just how aggressive and conservative you are. The biggest enemy you have about making money in the market is not a politician. It's not a relative. It's not a stock. It's not a surprise earnings call. It's not interest rates. It's not inflation. The biggest enemy you have to make money in the market is you. You're the biggest problem you have to make money in this market, because you don't follow through on your convictions. You get told the game plan. You're in the huddle, we're all together in the huddle, and I tell you, okay, now here's what I think you should do. I think you should strongly consider writing put credit spreads on Nvidia $150 behind the market for like 2 to 4 weeks out. That's the huddle. We all go, okay, coach. We got the play from the coach. Here's the play. Okay, this is what we got. Now let's line up at the line. Okay, it's 3rd and 10. It's 1st and 10. Whatever that is, we have the play, and if we execute the play, we win. And they hup the ball, and the quarterback gives the ball to the running back, who decides to go the other direction that they weren't supposed to go, and they're all by themselves, surrounded by a bunch of defensive players who are there to try to take the ball away and put him for a loss. The rest of the team was going, I thought we were supposed to have him go over here. I was blocking guys over here. What happened? Yeah, this is how it goes sometimes. Again, I'm not mad at anybody. If you think I'm angry, you're thinking wrong. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm thrilled with what's going on. Costco hot dogs are going to stay at $1.50. The biggest event in American history had just taken place last night. Costco hot dogs are staying at $1.50. Red states, blue states are happy. Americans are going to hug each other on the street now. It's going to be great. In any event, if you're going to write options, if you're going to play this options market, you better get with the program. There are 17 classes available for you that I've offered. I've done my part to put them out there. You got to take the chance of a lifetime to put a couple of bucks on the counter and take a class or two or 17 and say to yourself, enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of this crap where either I or someone I know put $500 into a call option or $5,000 into 10 call options and lost it all. Lost it all in 2 weeks. And here's this guy on the air here on YouTube every day, begging, just pleading with his viewers. Take the dang classes so I don't have to explain to you what an option is anymore. I don't have to explain to you how calls work and puts work. The lessons are there for you to watch as many times as you want. You cannot spend $3,000 to watch these classes. They don't cost that much. You can't possibly do it. It will take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to watch them all. Really, I mean, you're going to watch a class every day for 17 days in a row. You're going to lose most of what you get. I mean, you're just not that capable of absorbing that much information. You have enough to worry about, don't you? Like getting up, taking a shower, shaving if you're a guy, making your hair if you're a girl. I mean, you get enough to worry about. You got kids, bunions, I don't know, whatever your problems are, you got enough issues to deal with to try to watch 17 classes in 17 days. That's not going to happen. You're going to watch a couple a week. That's all you have to do. Watch a couple a week. The first 2 classes, the next two. 10 weeks from now, you're 20 classes through. Great. If it takes 15 weeks, great. This is for the rest of your life to do this, get this knowledge into your head. Okay, and you can rewatch these classes again and again to kind of remind yourself, oh yeah, I forgot about the 90-10 rule. Geez, that guy, geez. Oh, stink bits. Oh, stink offers. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Right. This is for the rest of your life. This is not for the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the rest of the year. It's not for this presidential election cycle. It's for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter. Ever matter who's in the White House. I can tell you the first time that I was in the options market as a kid investor, 1978, 79, Jimmy Carter was the president. It didn't matter that Ronnie Reagan took over. It didn't matter that George Bush Sr. took over. It didn't matter that Clinton upset George Bush Sr. after only one term. It didn't matter that Clinton moved on and the next guy came in. Well, who was that? George the Jr.? It didn't matter. 9/11. It didn't matter. It didn't matter when Trump came in. It didn't matter when Obama came in. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter. And it won't matter who comes into the White House next time. 10 years from now, who's the president? You don't have to care. Who's your prime minister? You don't have to care. What's happening in Europe? You don't have to care. Options are options are options are options. And if you want to know how much money is in the options market, just go to YouTube, do a search, private jets Super Bowl. That's all you have to do. Just type in private jets Super Bowl, enter in YouTube. That's all you got to do. And you'll get a bunch of videos offered to you, plane spotters that watch private jets land and take off at Super Bowl cities year after year after year after year. And you just sit there and let your brain go numb, just go numb, and just watch these 25-minute videos of these planes coming in and out, and they tell you, oh, this is a 1998 Citation X blah 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 plane. This is a 2015 Gulfstream 450 da 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 plane. And just watch them come and go, and then remind yourself, oh, those are filled with people that can afford to rent these things, charter them by the hour. Some planes only cost $3,000 an hour. Some cost $15,000 an hour to rent. Okay, it can go 500 miles in an hour for 15 grand. All right, it can take 15 people, so each person puts up $1,000, $1,000 for an hour to go 500 miles in that luxury. That's what they're paying to come and go. Remember, these are round trips, right? So you want to go to Paris for the weekend to go shopping? Spend a weekend at the Ritz-Carlton in Paris. Drop 50 grand, 100 grand at some jewelry stores and whatever. You drop $1 million if you want. I don't know. You buy a Bugatti somewhere for $5 million, whatever. To get there and back, you can take the Gulfstream for $15,000 an hour. It's an 8-hour flight over there. It's an 8-hour flight back, depending on where in North America you are. 16 hours, $15,000 an hour, $250,000. Okay, these folks thank you from the bottom of their ridiculously expensive hearts for all the money that you've put up in the options market. They thank you profusely because they don't gamble in the options market. They write options. They're the ones who are on steroids from Credit Savage of Wall Street. They're the Credit Savage of Wall Street on mega steroids. They're the ones making millions a week from option premiums, from saps who think they're smarter than the market. That's all it is. It's nothing personal. No one is mad at anybody. Everybody loves everybody. The very, 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 very wealthy people love all the poor people. They love them because without them, they wouldn't be very, 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 very rich. And all I'm trying to get you to do is, why don't you behave like them in one way, just one way, and that is learn to write some options and let time make you money. And what am I trying to get you to do? Can you just make enough money to quit a day job? A day job that pays jack squat. How many of you make $1 million a year or more in your day job? None of you. I don't think there's a single viewer I have here that makes $1 million a year or more in their day job. I think most of you make less than $200,000 a year. I think most of you make less than $150,000 a year. I think most of you watching me make less than $100,000 a year. I think many of you make between $20,000 and $80,000 a year. Many, many, many of my viewers are in that area. And I'm trying to get you guys in particular to start with write one contract, write one put credit spread, write 4 put credit spreads, grab GameStop by the throat and write $14 and $16 credit spreads. They're going to cost you $200 each to do. You're going to risk $200 on each one you write. I'm trying to get you guys to nickel and dime your way into dollars. Desperately. And if you get good at it, you'll go, oh my God, wait a minute. I just did 10 of these $200 credit spreads and I just made $300 in like a week and a half. 300 on $2,000. I made 15%. And now I'm telling you, there are people out there with millions making 15%. You got $1 million and you made 15%, you just made $150,000. You just earned 10 hours of Gulfstream chartered money. That's what we're talking about here. And there are those with 10 million in the game, 20 million in the game, 100 million into the game. 5 trillion a week is turning over on the option market. Just trying to get you to take a pound of flesh out of there. Can you make enough money over time where you can give up your darn useless day job? Because your day job is, you're never going to make $1 million a year doing your day job. You never. There's no way you're going to get out of middle class life ever. Your taxes are going to crush you. Your deductions are going to keep you crushed. Your medical expenses are such a huge percentage of your earnings. You guys are destined to be poor for the rest of your life. And many people are happy with this. They're very happy being middle class people. Well, I guess if you're from the third world, being a middle class North American is a pretty good improvement. fabulous. Look, if you're from, Ethiopia and you're now making 45,000 a year, you got a family of four, and you great. But if you're kind of like, you've been around a while and you're in your mid 30s and 40s and you've been pounding away for 12, 14 years and your checks are pre-spent before you get them, there is no dang way. If your employer came to you and said, hey, we're going to give you an extra 2 weeks off this year. It's leave. We're going to give you 2 weeks of leave to just chillax. You're going to sit there and go, I can't afford to take 2 weeks leave. I don't get a check for that. I can't take that 2 weeks. No. You got to pay me not to come in here. The boss goes, no, I'm not going to pay you not to come in here. Get out of here. We're going to give you 2 weeks leave because we can only afford to give you 50 weeks of pay this year, not 52 weeks. See, at the corporate level, at the top end here, where our $1 million a year plus people are, we figured out the best way forward for our corporation is to reduce our expenses on the employee front by a minimum of 4%. And the way to do that is to take 4% of your time away from you. And that way we'll just give you a couple of weeks of leave and you can just relax. Call it a mental health break. You're going to go, I got to get a day job, a part-time job during those 2 weeks. I got to make some money. I can't afford to be off. You can't afford you can't afford to live without one paycheck. One paycheck missed screws up your entire plan. That's who I'm talking to. That's why I'm talking to you guys. You've got to have a side gig here. You need a side gig with cash flow. The options market is available for you. It's one way. Other ways, mowing people's lawns on the side, shoveling people's driveways in the winter, being an Uber driver. How many North American university graduates are there right now, Canada, USA? How many university graduates, college graduates with day jobs are working on the side as Uber drivers? You'd be shocked to know how many are also working as Uber, those food delivery people, DoorDash people. How many people have full-time jobs that are working part-time delivering pizza at night and on weekends and doing Uber work? Gazillions. And these companies, the DoorDash and the Ubers and the Lyfts and all these, they're all publicly traded companies worth billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. And who are they making their money off of? Off of the slave labor of people trying to get by in this world of ours that is so advanced. The envy of the third world. We have got people with degrees, partial degrees, IQs of I don't know what, who are slaving away at a gig and a side gig to try to make a go of it. And I'm on YouTube begging people, you can take control of your life and get away from these people and these organizations. You can get away from these corporations that are perfectly structured financially and politically to crush you to smithereens. Don't you understand how many hundreds of millions of dollars in legal fees Lyft and Uber have paid out to lawyers to make sure every city council and every county and every state and every country where they want to operate lets them operate in a way where you get to drive your car and get all the speeding tickets and all the parking tickets and all the citations from cops and all the regulations and the increased insurance expenses and the wear and tear in your car so that you can make $5, $6, $7 an hour net money into your pocket, driving an extra 20 hours a week in your car. These folks have perfected the way to keep you poor. God bless them. They've gamed the system. I'm just trying to get you to game the system for you. It's nothing personal. I'm not mad. I'm just trying to get you even. Just trying to get you ahead of the curve. Why should you work 2 jobs to be able to survive in North America? That's ridiculous. In this world of ours, you should have a job that makes you enough money that you can vacation 6-8 weeks a year in a 4-star, 5-star scenario because you've paid the price to get to this level. You went to school. You got the grades, you sweated the SATs, you got your college done, you did all that, then you pounded away at the office and you were a loyal employee for years and years. You should now be earning the respect from your employer and the paycheck and a retirement plan. And you're not getting it. You've been left behind. You're in that middle area and you see the potential, you see the upside, but you're not getting it. You're never going to get it because many of you who are here and have been here for a while have all figured out that almost all of you out there are only one development away from being wiped out. And what is that development? That they didn't teach you in school. They don't tell you this in college. The one thing that can wipe you out is where company A buys company B. You're in company B. Company A buys company B and dismisses 40% of the employees that are duplicates or not needed here or just don't have value to us going forward. We've decided to go a different direction. And that's not your direction. And many of you have seen it firsthand yourselves, or it's happened to a best friend, close relative, a pal, a fellow college graduate from years ago. Hey, did you hear about so-and-so? They got let go. They were with that company for 15 years and they were let go. Furloughed, laid off, bought out, whatever. And they've got nothing because the skill they had and the skill they perfected was in an industry that is now being consolidated and gobbled up by other industries. And they have no experience that is relative to the new players. And if you're 40 and older, you're in trouble because now you are considered old. And they don't want old employees. They want young, gullible, fearful 25-year-olds who are getting their first job and will do anything to keep it. 45-year-olds, 50-year-olds, they expect payoffs for all that experience. And these guys know it. These corporate American people, corporate Canadian people, they know that. They know that if they hire you at age 50, you're going to expect certain things. They're not going to hire you with a 10-foot cattle prod. Why should they hire you? They can hire a 30-year-old for half the money. First of all, they can hire a 30-year-old and scare the crap out of them to work just double as hard as you, and they won't even squawk about it. So your potential is limited. And if you're in your 40s now, you should already be panicking deep inside about the fact that you might not make it to retirement with the entity you're in or the industry you're in. Have you heard of AI? It's coming to get you, they say. And a lot of senior management believe it. A lot of senior management are wrong, thinking that you are obsolete. They're wrong, but they're going to dump you anyway because everyone else is dumping 45 and 55-year-olds. You're next. You better have a side gig going on. It shouldn't be Uber. It should not be Uber. I don't know how many of you watch me who can't do Uber, who can't do a side gig. You physically can't do it. You're medically in a position that you can't work 80 hours a week in the second job. You can't do the first job and a second job and a third job. You need something to work on from home that pays you to have a side gig at home. And I think if you grab the classes and hang around here and learn how to do basic option writing, here's a side gig for you. But you got to want it. You've really got to buy into yourself, though. You're going to have to buy into yourself to do these classes. And those of you who've done it and are doing the classes, taking the classes and advancing your knowledge, I can't congratulate you enough. There are many of you here who have really outperformed and overexceeded whatever you thought you were going to do in option writing. I'm thrilled for you guys. You deserve every dime you make and more. And don't stop taking this cash. Absolutely do not start taking this cash. I'm just... Now look, my headline of the show today is GameStop a takeover target with over $6 billion in cash. Oh yeah, it is. Yes, it is a takeover target. You damn right it's a takeover target. Well, how the hell are they going to have $6 billion in cash? They only have $2 billion in cash now. I don't know if you know this. I read an article this morning about GameStop that called the company a debt-laden corporation. a corporation drowning in debt. There's actually a guy out there, it could be a girl, it could be a guy, who wrote an article about GameStop, whether you should buy the stock or not right now, who claims the company is drowning in debt. I don't know where this is coming from. This individual is clearly got a drug problem. They have got a substance abuse problem because they are crossing streams somewhere and they haven't got a clue what the hell they're talking about. This company doesn't have debt. The only loan they had was a French government COVID loan of 40 million that they've paid half of it off, and it's an interest-free thing for 5 years, and then it's a nothing burger. We got 2 billion cash with 2 million a week in interest coming in now for this company. 100 million a year in interest they're getting paid to just hold on to this money. They're not even. It just kills me. It just kills me. In any event, could GameStop have $6 billion in cash on hand? Yes, it could. How is that possible, Bruce? Bruce, what are you talking about? Could this company be a takeover target? Yes, it could. Who could take over this company? Who could take over, and why would someone want to take over this company? Well, I'll tell you why. I think that Ryan Cohen would like to take over this company, GameStop. Not the brick and mortar division. No. He wants the corporate entity that's publicly traded with the money in it. That's what he wants. He wants to separate the retail division from the money. Okay? How do you do that? Well, you sell the retail department, you sell the GameStop brick and mortar company to somebody else out of the public shell, keep the cash in the shell, take cash for the brick and mortar company, and then let someone else have the brick and mortar company, and off you go. And I can understand an entrepreneur out there going, yeah, I'd buy GameStop if it were private. I'd buy the whole thing. I can totally understand it. If you take that corporation into an offshore tax-free jurisdiction and make that company's head office a tax-free jurisdiction like the Bermuda, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Cayman Islands, Marshall Islands, whatever. There's dozens of them. And then you run that corporation as a private company, not a public company. You don't have to do filings every 3 months. You don't have to hire securities lawyers. You don't have to hire expensive accounting firms. You don't have to do filing fees with the SEC anymore. Everything you do as a corporation is a private company. And it hires and fires people as it wishes. The first thing that I would do if I were to buy GameStop, the retail division GameStop, is I would immediately lay off a quarter of the staff. I mean, the quarter of the admin staff to keep the public company thing filing going, they'll be let go right away. So that now the cost of running the GameStop brick and mortar operation, it will be really cheap, much cheaper than it is now. Won't affect a single sale. Games coming out will sell and game systems will sell like they are. Whether they're great or not, it makes no difference. The end of the day, the gross money coming in will be the same as it was going to be anyway. It's the money going out the door to run the corporation. That will be dramatically lowered being a private corporation. Then you can play games with this thing. You can then sell off the Australia division or license it out to somebody else. You can cut deals with European investors to get into the European division. You can turn the Canadian company into a Canadian subsidiary, which has partners, and you control 51%. They have 49%. I mean, as a private player, you can really diddle with the GameStop entity. But for Ryan Cohen, this would be fabulous because Ryan Cohen would drop GameStop. He got paid $2.5 billion cash for GameStop. He'd add that to the $2 billion he's got, and now he's got $4.5 billion. He can then do a warrant offering. He can do a warrant offering before or during or after. He'll end up with over $6 billion in the bank. Look, if GameStop were to do a warrant offering now, in the next, say, 3 months, they raise $2.5 billion additional cash and get themselves to $4.5 billion, and then they have a letter of intent to privatize GameStop, the retail entity, to somebody and get $2.5 billion for that. There's your $6.5, $7 billion. There might be 400 million shares out there, 450 million, with $7 billion cash in the bank. Stock $17 cash value right there. Now, what can you do with that money? Well, Ryan Cohen can get into AI, anything. I mean, you can buy 10, 20% of AI Inc., C3 AI Incorporated. It's only a $3.5 billion company. He could get 10-20% of that. He can go after Unity if he wanted to. He could buy into other publicly traded companies all over the place. And he could own 5, 10, 15% of 10 different corporations with this $5, $6, $7 billion. Not a no-brainer. And the cost of running GameStop, the hedge fund, guess what Ryan Cohen is going to do the minute he privatizes off GameStop? He's going to lay off 80% of the staff that he has at GameStop, whatever's left over. I mean, GameStop will be made up of a board of directors, which are his pals, and maybe 20 employees. That's how many do you need to run a $7 billion cash cow company? Not very many. Publicly traded, million a month in expenses. I mean, we're talking a joke here. We're talking a company that just sat on the cash. If they had $7 billion, they just sat on it. They'd get $350 million a year in interest on that. That's $7 million a week. $7 million a week in interest coming in to do nothing and think about investing in deals. Yeah, that would. The GameStop shares would go triple digits instantly because why? There are 70 million short, 68.5 whatever million. Just 70 million shorted. The minute they do a warrant offering, that 70 million short group right there, they'll fund the company for another $2 billion anyway. Then they blow off the entity to a private entity, the GameStop retail thing. We got a company here that's sitting on $6-7 billion in cash, and the shorters will be looking at $100 stock. Yeah, for sure they will. I'm absolutely certain of it. But it's just my opinion. It's just me. I'm just a guy on the outside looking in going, wow, could you ever do something with this thing? You could really do something with this. A very heavily funded shell company like this. Wow. And what did you read this morning? Did you notice the headline from, what's that company called? Pershing Square? Pershing Square? Is that Bill Ackman? Is his name Bill Ackman or Bill Ackerman or something like that? That guy is talking about taking Pershing Square public. He wants to do what Ryan Cohen is already doing. Ryan Cohen is a step ahead of this guy. Ryan Cohen funded GameStop to $2 billion now. Ryan Cohen could fund it for a couple billion more very quickly and then offload GameStop for another couple of billion. And Ryan Cohen could have a public company sitting with $6-7 billion in cash, no debts, no liabilities. And while Pershing is going through the financials with his securities lawyers and all the crap and the endless miles of red tape that he has to go through to try to take that thing public because it's already got investments, you see. That's where Ryan Cohen is a mile ahead of him on that one. Now, one company is much larger than the other. I'm not poo-pooing that. But what I'm getting at here is with 400 million outstanding, 450 million shares outstanding, and 5, 6, 7 billion in cash on hand, GameStop, which will be called, Ryan Cohen Equity Corp or whatever you want to call it, RC Equity Corp, give it a name. I don't know. It won't be called GameStop anymore. That entity will trade at 100 a share because of anticipation of what this thing could become. No question about it. No doubt about it. Then it'll go to 200 a share. Anyone stupid enough to play short games with that thing, they're really in trouble. And so that could happen. Because people ask me all the time, well, what do you think could happen? What do you think could happen? Well, what do you think might happen with that? What about SoFi, Bruce? What could happen with SoFi? I'm sitting here thinking, Ryan Cohen is doing one thing. Anthony Noto is doing another. What is Anthony Noto doing that Ryan Cohen is not doing? Anthony Noto, first of all, he talks. He talks. He goes on television. He does radio interviews. He does podcasts. So there's that. And all of his lieutenants, they talk. So that's, kudos. But what's the other thing that Noto does? He does one other thing that our friend Mr. Cohen doesn't do. It's one thing. What is that one thing that Mr. Noto does that Mr. Cohen doesn't do? He buys stock in the company he works for. That's the other thing. Mr. Noto is buying shares of SoFi, left, right, and center. Every paycheck he gets, wherever he can borrow money from, he's buying stock in SoFi. That's the thing he's doing. That's the one thing. To me, I can talk to you about how great SoFi is going to be in the next few years, about how big they're going to become, and how many members are going to have, customers. I can go on and on about that. I can talk to you about, the cash flow of the company. Oh, I can talk to you about the growth of deposits. Oh, I can talk to you about the fact that it's now one of the 65th largest banks in America. I can talk to you about all that. Yeah, I can talk to you all about that. I can talk to you about their cash flow, and I can talk to you about how much money they're making, and their loan portfolio, and I could. Now, there's one thing. I'll just talk to you about one thing. Okay, the CEO of Sofi is buying every share he can afford to buy while the stock is sitting around $7 a share. That's the thing, and that's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. Okay, when the number one insider is the buyer of stock on the open market where you can buy it yourself, that's all you need to know. You now have everything you need to do this. Oh, and one more thing. Just shut up and let it happen. Don't lament about it. Don't cry about it. Don't wonder about it. Don't ask friends. Don't tell anybody. Don't say anything. Just calm, fold your arms and go, okay, Noto's buying the stock. You're becoming a Warren Buffett now. Become a Warren Buffett and just sit back and get rich, because this guy is the ultimate Wall Street insider. People keep forgetting he was a managing partner of Goldman Sachs, a managing director of Goldman Sachs. How inside Wall Street do you need to get? This is it. This is as far in as you get. This guy is running SoFi. Okay, he's buying the stock right now. He knows what he's doing. He's not stupid. He's smarter than all of us. He knows more than all of us. And he's buying, and he's buying, and he's buying. And he only has limited time to do so. He can only buy stock in certain moments in time during a quarterly turnover of the company's activities. He can't buy stock the day he announces how the company is doing. He can't buy stock 3 days before they release the financials. He can't buy stock when the auditors hand him the audited financials that he has to sign to file to the SEC. He can't buy stock then. If he bought stock at that moment in time, knowing that he just signed the financials that he just looked at, that the auditors explained to him how you're doing with your bank. He can't just start buying stock, then sign the document, and then tell the world, oh, I bought a bunch of stock. Oh, here's the financials. He can't do that. There's windows where he's allowed to buy stock, and there are windows where he's not allowed to buy stock. And so in the last 2 weeks, the window was opened up for him, and he bought stock. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. It's just going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. This sucker's going to go. This baby is going to hit 88 miles an hour. And you are going to see some serious, you know what. It's going to happen. Okay. I'm not mad, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. Oh, this is so good. We're up on GameStop. Did you notice? It's green now. GameStop is $22.79 because people are listening to this show. And they're saying to their friends, are you hearing this guy on YouTube? There's 417 people here right now who are telling 10 friends each. 4,170 people are hearing the news that GameStop could be a takeover target. And those people are telling 10 people. So that means 42,000 people are finding out that GameStop is about to become a takeover target. And so the stock is up right now. That's how I feel about it. What do you think? Do you think that's what's happening? Here's something else for you to consider. Okay, we're going to open in 9 minutes. I read something this morning that I thought was pretty dang interesting. It had to do with the book value of corporations and what they trade at. So you have a company worth X amount of money in actual asset value, and here's what the capital value of the company is on the open stock market. Check this little chart out right here. Here's a chart for you. I might be over here. I might not. You might see me. You might not see me here. So check this out. Okay. At the top of the list is Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, is my finger right there? Here it is. Berkshire Hathaway. Equity, $568 billion in equity, and they're worth $871 billion on the open market. Their price to book ratio is 1.5. So they trade at 1.5 times their book value. Look at the next bunch of stocks Look at a good bunch of the rest of them. Look at this one right here. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo. You know what they are? They're SoFi. They're SoFi. They're big time SoFi. That's where SoFi is coming to. Then look at Google. You'll see Google's worth $283 billion. Then we've got, and by the way, they trade at $2.1 trillion. Hello. Exxon, oil and gas, $212 billion in value, trading at 508. Microsoft, $206 billion in value, trading at $3.2 trillion. Amazon, worth $200 billion, trading at $1.9 trillion. And then there's Chevron, $162 billion, trading at $287 billion. Here's a little thing for you. Look down here at the very bottom, just above me, right up here, the second paragraph. The second and third biggest companies in the market value behind leader Microsoft didn't make the screen. Number 2, Apple had $74 billion of equity on March 31, while third place Nvidia had just $43 billion in assets, a fraction of the current market value of $2.8 trillion. I wanted you to see this and understand this, because just because a company is worth $500 billion doesn't mean it's going to trade at $5 trillion. And conversely, because a company is worth $40 billion, it can trade at $2.8 trillion. Why is that? It's called cash flow. It's called return on equity. It's turnover. NVIDIA right now, every chip they make was pre-sold a year ago. Every chip they're cranking out the door, every item NVIDIA is producing right now was pre-sold at least a year ago. And they have orders for the next 2 years ahead of them, if not longer, with options and options and options. They can't produce their merchandise fast enough. Apple, making this product right here and many others, not only this, they don't produce this in the United States. They don't have $10 billion or $20 billion of factories in the United States. These are made in China or India in plants that Apple doesn't even own. That's why there's no equity in Apple. Apple is a cash flow company. They generate these for $50 each under license, and Foxconn is grateful for the business putting, I don't know, 1 million Chinese people to work 6 days a week cranking this thing out, and Apple sells it to you for $1,100 to $1,500. That's where Apple makes its dough. That's why it's worth almost $3 trillion, because you and I are stupid enough to pay $1,100 to $1,500 for this device that cost $50 to make. It's incredible. They probably spend $20 a unit on advertising to get us to spend $1,000. In any event, that's why Apple is not in the upper echelon of actual book value. And this is what's coming with other stocks. This is why with GameStop, I keep coming back to the fact that, yeah, this could be a takeover target, because if GameStop is a cash-rich company and has no assets against it, the stores have been sold off theoretically, they're now able to pick up 5 and 10% equity in all kinds of different companies. And GameStop's value will come, or its growth value will come from the fact that the street figures out, oh my God, GameStop, the Ryan Cohen equity company, just bought 15% of AI with a 38% short position against it. That AI stock is going to squeeze to $100, $150 a share, which puts GameStop's position, or Ryan Cohen equity, into the entity. That value investment of $300-400 million is now going to be worth $2 to $3 billion. Then he's going to invest in company number 2, maybe SoFi. He'll buy 10% of SoFi. That'll quadruple the stock price of SoFi. Then he'll get into company number 3 and number 4 and number 5. And next thing you know, the $6-7 billion that GameStop's sitting on is worth $35-40 billion. And the stock of GameStop that's sitting at $22 and something a share is going to trade at $240 a share. That's the future, Marty. That is the future. That is where American enterprise is going. Mr. Cohen is not building a factory anywhere for anything. Okay, GM is not building a new factory for EVs ever. Ford will never build $10 billion of factories to build EVs ever. Ford, GM, and Apple and all these other massive American corporations are going to license out the production of parts and components and entities offshore. Mexico, South America, Africa, Asia, wherever it has to get done. And they'll bring the pieces into the United States, do final assembly at a plant in Ohio that hasn't got any American content in it, just American labor to put it together and then market it. And you will be offered an electric car from GM, Ford, Stellantis, and many other companies for $45,000, $50,000 that cost those companies $10,000 to $15,000 to make. And where's the evidence of that? China. This week, China announced a car that can go 1,300 miles on a single charge, retail price $13,800. You in the United States will never be allowed to buy that vehicle at that price. You'll be allowed to buy a spin-off of that vehicle under a Ford banner, GM banner, other banners for $40,000 to $50,000. And you can thank your politicians in Washington for all of that because they're protecting American jobs. That's the story, you know. Welcome to the party, pal. We're here to make money, okay? Let's get the sidekick going here and make it work for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. That's my rant. I hope you don't mind the old man ranting every once in a while. It's what I do. I love it. I'm so excited about what's coming up for you guys. Option writers, man, are you guys going to have some fun here. You deserve everything you get. The upside, the upside, the upside. I'm just so pumped up about what's going on for you guys. Congratulations, all of you who are here joining us. Thank you again for the thumbs ups already that you've put out there. I appreciate you. Thank you for those of you who've become just subscribers of this channel. I love the fact we have subscribers. That's growing, but I also am so appreciative of those of you who've taken the big step. You've become members. You become members of the channel because you recognize that being a Gold Bagel member in particular is a pretty darn good idea because you get your own half-hour alert show before the big show starts here. You also get your Wednesday night primetime live and chock full of recommendations and trade ideas. Chock full of those. I'm grateful that you're enjoying it. You're finding it working for you. I am thrilled to be able to help you with your own side gig. Say goodbye to your day job. Welcome, everybody. I think Larry Titus may have done what Larry Titus does the best, and there it is right there. Larry is known for hitting the bells right at the beginning of the day here. We are open now. We're open for trading. We're ready to rock and roll. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Stock Markets with Bruce live show. Nice to have you here. May 31, the last day of May. Can you believe it? The Dow's up about 43 points. It appears to be up 43 points. It looks like we're trading at 2266, 2273 on GameStop, maybe popping a bit here. What are we up? About 13, 14 cents. Nothing serious, but we're up a little bit. Welcome to the party, everybody. We've just gone through about 800,000 shares in the first few seconds. 2288 now, 2287 now, 2290 on GameStop, going up, going down, or sideways. Thank you very much. We're up a little bit on AMC, a couple of pennies. We got Apple up 57 cents. Tesla's ahead. Make it Tesla behind about 50 cents. Nothing serious. Nvidia's up 11, 12 bucks here, $1,117. Congratulations, all of you, and welcome to the party today. We have AI down 31 cents at 28.26. What a day yesterday. Fabulous. This stock is heavily shorted, and it had a big up move. As the day went on, the stock got more powerful because shorters are getting hit, and this could get a lot worse. I just like to see a headline, just a little filing. GameStop has bought 10% of AI. That's all I want to see. That's all I hear. They just bought, $350 million worth of stock on the open market as investors. That's all I need. That would be just fine. I think everyone at AI would go, and everyone at GameStop would go, and the rest of the market would go, huh? And then watch those two go to triple digits. One will move the other. It's unbelievable. The lightning in a bottle that is sitting at the GameStop store right now is unimaginable. And the folks in Wall Street are so stupid and they're so opinionated and so full of themselves. They don't know. They don't get it. And they don't deserve to get it. Let's put it that way. $22.96 on GameStop. Thank you very much, GameStop. $22.98. We're going to go through 23 here. 1.1 million traded on GameStop. Yeah, the brick and mortar company, GameStop. ME 55.8, no changes. SoFi 6.92 up a penny. Nvidia up $13. Rocket Lab down a penny. Matterport up a penny. Smart Rent up 2 cents. Not much going on. It is what it is. Good morning. Good morning. We're just starting the day off here. Let's see what happens in a few minutes, and we'll go from there. The Dow's up 30. Thank you very much. Okay. Thanks, guys. Nice to see you all, and welcome to the party. Okay. Brian Elkerberst, I bought back my $30 May 31 cash secured puts on GameStop yesterday for $8.45. Was unable to get the sell-off to roll. I'm scared. Laugh out. What should I wait for it to settle? I don't understand. Why would you bother buying back? Oh, I see. May 31. Okay, you had to do something. I'm a little confused at a $30 cash secured put. Okay, I understand. Okay, hang on. I'm getting it. It's in the money. You bought it back, and I was able to. Okay, well, you can now work on a seller today. You can now look at creating another one today. Take a look at maybe doing a cash secured put in the 25 neighborhood for January 2025. That'll probably bring you more than 845. Make a move today. I also bought back $20 cash secured puts for 23 cents and sold them for 282. Nice 3-week profit of 91%. Well, there you go. Giddy up. There's wins, losses, and everything else. Never stop writing and just keep moving on. Today, you make your next move. GameStop, $22.75, $22.95. We're jumping all over the place here in the free market. This is normal. We've traded at $22.46 and $23.17 for the range. We're now at $23.05 on GameStop. We're on 1.5 million, much more active than yesterday morning at this time on GameStop. 23.13. Is it a takeover target? Is it being rejiggered in slow motion in front of us? We don't even recognize it. We don't notice it. I know Wall Street doesn't know anything about it. They haven't got a clue because they're so biased against. They think this is a blockbuster. They're clueless over there. But then again, can you blame the guys in Wall Street? I mean, come on. You're a three-piece suit guy. You're a gal wearing really nice outfits. You're being paid $250,000 a year to show up. You're getting $1 million a year bonuses, and you're so full of yourself. You don't have time to figure out what's going on in the real world. I get it. You're so immersed in the craziness of New York. Rent at $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month, $8,000 a month. I get it. Yeah, it's nuts. It's insane. This is after tax money. No kidding. Yeah, they can't figure out Main Street America. I get it. They probably admit it themselves. They go, they also believe their bosses are idiots. They're right. Their bosses are idiots, but they're rich idiots. 23.55 on your GameStop now. So thank you. Going higher. We're up 90 odd cents. Let's just go from here to $25 a share. Why not? Let's get rich. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all being here. Again, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just so pumped up about what's going on here. This is great. CKT, I got some put credit spreads filled yesterday on GameStop. 17.50 for June 21 for $23, expanding my portfolio options every day. I love that. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations, all of you out there who are just going to get richer and richer and richer. Yeah, why not? Jason Laws. Jason, thanks for being part of this channel. I would love to see you become a member here. I love everything about Noto. West Point grad, Goldman Sachs broker, NFL CFO, launched Twitter IPO, Kraft Foods brand manager, attended Wharton School of Finance. He has so many connections. Exactly. SoFi is a stock that is a firecracker, and the wick has been lit. We just don't know how long it is, and we're at $6.97 right now, up about 6 cents a share. We are on the edge of an explosion on SoFi shares. It is only a matter of a short period of time. And those of you who are sitting on cash secured puts or own this stock, just fold your arms, relax, and get ready for liftoff. Are your seatbelts fastened? Make sure, because sometimes there's turbulence. Get them done. It's going to be unbelievable. Let's go, baby. Brian, oh dear, look at GameStop go. Nice arm folding situation here. 23.35, 23.40. We're up a little bit. We can blow out at any time. GameStop could reignite back into the high 20s, into the 30s at any time because the shorters have underestimated, completely misread what could be going on here. Why does a company need $2 billion when it just made $17 million last year on a brick and mortar operation and is probably going to make $300 million in the brick and mortar operation this year with all the cost cuts and underperforming store closures? What are you going to do with this $2 billion? I think there's something really big going on. And of course, they're not saying anything. Surprise! There you go. Charlie, Uncle Bruce, maybe I missed it, but have you mentioned Adobe, the $37 drop? Any levels that you would feel comfortable writing put spreads? I haven't mentioned it, and I haven't been intently following it because very, very, very few of my viewers are into this thing. Very few. So I don't get asked about it very often. And of course, the dominant stocks around here and the dominant, activities are of course our usual top 10. But I don't have an answer at the moment on Adobe. I don't. I'm going to have to look into it this weekend and just see what's going on. Maybe on Monday I can come up with an idea on this. But yeah, it has been an interesting developer. The other one is Meta, Facebook. I reached 500 a share, got over that. Now it's under that again. I kind of like the low end there, but I gotta view this and review it, and I'll be back to you on this. We're up now on Tesla, up 60 cents. We're ahead on Apple, about 60 cents. Nvidia's up about $13 a share. We've got the SPYs, the spiders are up 147. The Dow's up 113 points. AI giving up 82 cents. This is a temporary pullback. I don't think this is going to last very long. We're ahead 57 cents on GameStop, I guess. We're up fifth of a penny on ME. SoFi is up 6. Rocket Lab's up 2.5. Matterport's up 2.5 cents. We've got Super Micro Computer down $16. I don't have an opinion on it. It's just telling you what it's doing. Adobe down $2 today. Uber's up 32 cents. Apple up 66 cents. Tesla up 54. Enphase up 86. Netflix down 57 cents. AMD Advanced Micro up 120. Unity up 25 cents here. A little pop here. Nothing much, but a bit. Google down 30 cents. Moderna up 4.23. Cisco up 22 cents. Pfizer up 27. Microsoft down $1.65. IBM is up 7 cents. HBQ down $2 after that big day yesterday. We could go higher yet. Shorters, I don't know if there's much there to worry about, but the HBQ looking okay. Amazon down $1.50. Home Depot was up $2.40. Vanix Semiconductors up $1.09. Goldman up $1.17. Boeing's up 50. Meta, speaking of Facebook, up 2 cents today. It's not falling. Target up 12. JP Morgan up 58. Costco down $17. They did not raise the prices of the hot dog, and they did not raise the cost of being a member. So members are happy because they don't have to pay more to be a member. But hot dog buyers are delirious, and that makes members deliriously happy and loyal to the brand, which makes them even more money. Lose money on hot dog sales, make money on everything else, and watch the e-sales, the internet sales on Costco surge. Walmart down 61 cents. Disney up 96. American Airlines up 4. AMC up 4. DraftKings up 11. Royal Caribbean up $1.13 a share. Welcome everyone to the show. We're up 160 points on the Dow after having down day after down day after down day. Giddy up. Thank you all for being here. Parker Ivy, I'm here. Giddy up, baby. Parker, way to do it, buddy. Take the money. You rock. Touch grass. Thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you for the thumbs ups this morning. Thank you for being here with this gang of regulars that we have. Thank you for those of you who are joining us as new members. Thank you for those of you who are joining us, becoming class takers, buying into the program long term to change your life curve completely from where you've been to where you want to get to. I can tell you, I promise you, so many of you out there, I'm going to say a vast majority of you out there are being led down the garden path by employers, if you actually think that these people are going to help you become comfortably retired people, you can think again. There are very few organizations that are being run that way. Most entities out there are being run by management teams that are simply looking for a scenario where they can improve the value of the company that they're managing so that the company is a takeover target, and these guys get the bonuses at the top end that you will never ever get, that you will never ever see in your portfolio. You're being told, oh, you're a shareholder of our company and it's going to be great, blah blah blah, but what you don't know is senior management are getting 3 years, 4 years guaranteed salaries. The minute they get taken out, they're getting all the vested stock, they're getting all health benefits for another 2 years, and they are retiring. Because you look at the age of the management people that are running your corporation and put it together, add up 1+1, and you'll figure out that the top management of your corporations are over 45 years of age. They're in the 50 range, 55 range, and they have one objective. They want to get the company sold to someone else. They get the golden parachute themselves, and they don't ever work for anyone ever again. You, in your 30s and 40s and 50s, are left behind, and you are at the mercy of the new managers who've just paid billions of dollars of borrowed money from other investors who are demanding a return, and they're looking to piece off parts of the corporation that they just bought. And that includes you. And you're either sold off to another company, or you're pieced off and you're let go and you're reoffered your job back on a consulting basis at 2/3 the benefits and salary that you once have, if you get any benefits at all. This is the reality of corporate America 101 2024. Are you really interested in being part of this? I kind of wonder, is it worth your while? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. I'm just saying, I just don't know. Brian, I'm trying to decide what to do with my cash now. I just need to sell some cash ticket puts for a minimum of $84.50 to ensure I make money from my buybacks yesterday. And so the stock is at 23.08, 23.12, 23.13. The higher it goes, take a look at 25s, take a look at 27s. Take a look at 20s. I don't know. Go out in time. You'll find it. You'll be fine. Thank you, everybody. Everything is $1 spread for GameStop options right now. What is that telling me? Very interesting potential here. There's a lot of pent up. There's people watching this closely going, there's something going on here. There is. Parker, unless my buyback order of 13 hits sometime today, then I'll do more cash secured puts. Alberto, Parker, Bertie, Alberto, Brian, only cash secured puts on stock you want to own. Sharon, I'm number 175, Bruce, on your thumbs up meter. Brian, I love GameStop and always want to own them. There you go. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Hit the button if you can. Give us some momentum. Appreciate you. We're up 75 on Apple. We're up $1.30 on Tesla, $180 on Tesla shares. Google down 79 cents. We've got NVIDIA up $18, baby, $1,122. Wow, approaching $3 trillion in value, worth $48 billion in book value. That is a cash flow machine that is generating all kinds of revenue. Dow is up 144 points. Over at the S&P 500, up 16. We're up 24 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 24 cents at only 78.15. Did you notice the news that came out yesterday from Saudi Arabia? The last couple of days, this has been making the rounds. The Saudis are looking to sell off about 11% ownership of Aramco, their state-owned oil company, to try to raise, I think it's $15 billion or 12 to $15 billion, if I'm not mistaken. And I might be wrong on that. It might be much more than I'm trying to remember the number. I'm having trouble figuring this out. Is it 150 billion? Anyway, they're trying to raise a bunch of cash here. Rather than, and this is what interests me, and this is what intrigues me. If you own a share of that entity, however you do it, the yield to you is 6.5%. That's what the dividend is on Aramco. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, why Why would the Saudis want to sell stock in a company that they own, 85% of right now? They're going to go down to about 70% ownership or something like that. Why would you want to sell off stock when it yields 6.8%? You can't even get that from a 10-year treasury. You're better off borrowing money from the bond market and paying 5.5%, which is what a treasury is, and then collecting this money from Aramco. I mean, you're bringing this cash flow in from Aramco. They could borrow money against this cash flow. I don't. Well, there's only one reason why you do this. There's one reason why you would sell stock in a company that yields more than a U.S. Treasury. In theory, you could borrow money for 5% and get paid 6.6 here, and just pay the interest of 5 and keep 1.6%. Why would you do that? Just because you believe that in the next year, 2 or 5 or longer, that your value of your company isn't going to be as valuable as it is now. That's why you would sell it now. You'd sell at the high to get in as much money as you can to diversify your portfolio into other areas. And what is Saudi Arabia trying to do? They're trying to diversify their economy. They're trying to get away from just oil and gas revenue to survive on. They know, and they're not stupid, they're very smart, tactical people. They know that the oil in the ground, every barrel that comes out is one less barrel they're going to get. Eventually, they're going to run out of this stuff. Now, maybe they have a 100-year supply or whatever, but they're thinking ahead here, a couple of generations, and going, well, we're never going to have it as good as we have it now. The world is addicted to our stuff. Why don't we play this game? The other thing they've probably noticed is the Chinese, who are loyal buyers of Saudi oil, Americans who've been loyal buyers. The Chinese in particular are now buying a bunch of oil under the table from the Russians. They're buying a bunch of oil under the table from Iran. Saudi's sworn enemy. Why should the Saudis trust China to be their clientele going forward? If China goes solar and goes electric with their vehicles and reduces their need for oil, who are they going to cut back first? They're going to cut back Saudi Arabia because that's world price. You can buy oil at 35% off from the Russians who are desperate to sell you oil illegally. Why don't you buy it at 35% off and forget the Saudi oil? Saudi is thinking, let's sell shares in Aramco right now, bring in all these dollars and add it to our reserves to diversify our economy out. That's what I think might be going on. So maybe oil prices are going lower now because Saudis want to sell a position in their oil company. Maybe that's it. Now, in the meantime, in beautiful the United States of America, one of the most beautiful countries on the planet with some of the greatest people in the world, Americans, guess what's happening to Americans in the United States? Well, all this shit is going on in Saudi and the Mideast and everywhere else. Guess what's happening in the USA? Large oil companies are merging with each other and getting bigger. And guess what that means for Americans? Higher prices. Because if there's less competition, you're not going to have price wars. Have you noticed it with airfares? Have you noticed it with all those add-on fees? Have you noticed anywhere in the United States where there's fewer and fewer competitors, the prices end up going up higher and higher and higher? Did you notice that Albertsons and these grocery stores wanted to merge into mega monster corporations? And then there would be closures of grocery stores in every neighborhood in the United States so that you would have fewer choices where to shop for groceries. And guess what your prices would do? Shoot up. But of course, the Biden administration stepped in and went, nope, we're not going to allow that merger because that's bad, anti-competitive for consumers. Republicans hate that, by the way, just so you know. But good news for Americans. But, in the meantime, these oil companies want to do these mergers. They want to get together these $17 billion, $100 billion mergers, whatever these numbers are. Ridiculous numbers, unfathomable from years ago. Are these companies looking to drill to find more oil and gas? No. They want to screw the customers they've got to pay more net money so their margins are higher. And then they'll use the increased cash to buy back stock to engineer a higher stock price. Because why? The management of these large oil and gas companies are not owners of their businesses. They're hired guns to manage these companies, and their job is to be taken out. And that is what some of these management guys are into right now. They're letting themselves be bought out by larger companies so they can walk. Yes, they're making shareholders richer with them, but they themselves are the huge, huge winners. It's the American way. It's the way of the moment. There are very few Teslas of the world. There are very few Henry Fords. There are very few creators of brand new businesses taking the world by storm in the United States. The old giant Dow 30, S&P 500, many of the top 100 of the S&P 500s, they're all run by management firms, by management teams whose objective is run the market up either on performance or buybacks or ultimately takeovers. And that's how they retire rich. They don't invent anything. They don't reinvent anything. They regurgitate the old playbook. And there it is. You guys have got to make money writing options, bottom line. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being with us today. H. Gregory, hey, 177 thumbs up. Good morning. Thank you very much for being here this morning, everybody. Love to have you here. It's Friday. Yeah, baby. It's Friday. GameStop back to $22.60 a share as we go up and go down and go up and go down. Last count on thumbs ups, 178. Thank you very much. Keep those thumbs ups coming on in, folks. We appreciate you, and we're glad to have you here today. Another day in paradise here in the open markets. What is going to be happening going forward? The low today on GameStop, $22.29. The high, $23.72. We're at $22.60 right at the moment on your GameStop shares. Cash secured puts might be an opportunity. Credit spreads, put credit spreads might be an opportunity there. There's all kinds of places where you could cash in and enjoy some upside for your money. Thank you all and welcome to the party. Great to have you all here. It's great to see you, and thank you for joining us here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where I'm located right now. Alberto, 179. I forgot to hit that thing. Thanks, buddy. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, AI. On the little opening dip, I wrote 100 January, 17 and a half cash secured puts at 104. What are your thoughts? Jedi Master. Well, I love the fact that you're writing 1750 cash secured puts on a $28 stock. I like that. I like the fact that these $1.04, they're worthless. I mean, this is cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. Well done. That's easy money. There's 10 grand just being handed to you to do nothing. Unbelievable, beautiful job. 22.45 on GameStop right now. The low of the day, 22.29. Sell wave has come through. We'll see if it's got any legs to it, or do we run from here? 4.6 million traded on GameStop. Again, there are two lines of thinking on GameStop, really, and I don't even know if there's two lines. There's mine, where I think there's a lot more going on than just raising $2 billion and running a brick and mortar company. And then there's the rest of the planet out there that thinks that this is a blockbuster and that they're going to go under. It's either black or white. There's no middle ground anywhere. I think there's a whole lot happening here behind the scenes. At $22 a share, we're at $88. Remember to multiply by 4 and go back to the old days. This is an $88 stock. At $30 a share, it's $120. And I think that with 70 odd million shorted out there, I think shorters are in trouble. It's not going back to 10. It's just not going back to $10, and it's not giving up ground. This means it's going higher. I think it's going to go higher, and that means shorters are in trouble. Alberta Beach Boy, you get the daily bingo. Give them that. That was easy, Bruce.
That was easy.
That's for you, Beach Boy. Hot Wing Mike bought another 100 GameStop sold covered call for June 14, $30 strike for $225. Oh, lovely. Alberto, Hot Wing Mike, dang, you almost got the second bingo. Nice right there.
That was easy.
I'll throw it out there. Parker, get him, Mike. Go get him. That's right. Get him, Ray. Beautiful job. Take the dough. Get after these people. Take their money. Unbelievable. Why would someone buy a call option so far out of the money for that kind of cash? A $30 strike call option on GameStop. The stock is $7.50 out of the money. The contract dies in 2 weeks. And yet $225 per contract is being offered. My God, there's a recipe for complete annihilation. Unless the stock goes to 35, sure, it could do that. It could. Will it? I don't know. I would take this money now and sit here and go, okay, well, I dare you to run up. If the stock wants to run up to 28, $30, I can roll this contract to July and I can go into 33s and 35s. I'll take more money. I'll get more money than it'll cost me to buy this thing back. It's okay. It's all good. There we are. Take me out, says Hotwing. I dare you. Buy me out at 30. I dare you. I just sold it at 32.25. Come on. Come on. I just bought it at 21, $22. Take me out at $32. I'm willing to go. Yeah, baby. Take me out. I dare you. Welcome to the world of option writing. This is where we make money. This is where you make money. It's as simple as that. Gamblers gamble and option writers make the money. It's kind of simple. It is what it is. Oh my goodness! Thank you all for being here today. We're up 41 on the Dow Jones right now. Let's take a look at the rest of the market here. We're up 5 on S&P. We're down 5 on the Nasdaq. Oil is up 14 cents. The Costco hot dog is safe at $1.50 a hot dog. This is huge, wonderful news. The country is reunited again. America is safe. America is good. Red, blue states, it doesn't matter. When you have a hot dog for $1.50, and in Canada you can get poutine and chicken wings at Costco. Oh, what a beautiful world in which to live. You have nothing to worry about. The system is working. Everything is fine. Nothing is corrupt. Thank you very much. Congratulations, my American friends, Canadian friends. Costco people, $1.50 hot dogs are safe. We have nothing to worry about. No matter who the president is, it's all good. Thank you, Hot Wing. Thank you, Bertie, and thank you, Parker. There you go, kids. Welcome all. 32-point gain on the Dow. AI up 42 cents to $29 a share. The short squeeze might be on at AI. Wouldn't it be great if GameStop were to announce that they've been buying up AI shares with all that cash they're sitting on? Wouldn't it be great if GameStop came out and said, we've been buying up SoFi shares with all that cash they're sitting on? Wouldn't it be great if GameStop came out and said, we've been picking up shares of Rocket Lab, we've been picking up shares of SmartRent, these companies that are way under their values and their potential. We're buying them now. We think we are so excited about the future. Wouldn't it be great if they were to do that? Apple's up 54 cents. Tesla's up 24. AMD up $1.12. Unity up 20 cents. Thank you very much. That's another one GameStop could go after. Just saying. I'm just throwing a few suggestions out there. Nothing, you don't have to take my word for it, but there's upside in them there hills. Poutine. Oh, baby. Flint Creek loves that there poutine. So good. Thank you, Flint Creek, for being here today. Thank you all for being here with us today. We're at 22.54, 22.55 on GameStop. We're down 5, 6, 7 cents a share. That's all. It has upside from here. SoFi 6.89 down 2 cents. The CEO is buying up the stock, so that's all I need to know. Nvidia is up $13.76 to $1,118 a share, and Rocket Lab is up 6 today to $4.39. Parker Ivy, I might need to make some poutine. It's been a minute, There you go, everybody. Giddy up. Welcome to the party, pal. French fries, gravy, and cheese curds. What more do you need? Well, maybe a little bacon in there. Little chunks of fried up bacon bits inside the poutine with the gravy and the cheese curd. That's a way to go. I know that some outfits do grilled chicken. Some outfits will add they'll add pastrami or corned beef all chopped up. Ooh, that kind of poutine is a pretty good kind of poutine. That'll put some padding on your frame, keep you from getting cold in the winter. Just saying. Anyway, thoughts. There you go. Welcome, everybody. It's hard to find good poutine in Georgia. I could imagine it would be. Yes, I could imagine it would be. Alberto saying hi to Flint Creek. Flint mushrooms. Oh, there's another good idea. Sauteed mushrooms, sliced up, sauteed. Oh, added them. Oh, yeah, that would be pretty good for a poutine. Yeah, not a bad combo there. Yummy, tasty, very nice. Bertie, back at you. Thank you all so much for being part of the show today. We're up 7 cents on Apple. We're up 24 cents on Tesla. Google is down 62 cents. Nvidia's up at $9 on dollars. GameStop 22.42.48, jumping around down about a dime. AMC down about I don't know, is it down a nickel, a dime maybe? So a little selling coming in. It's option expiry day today. But I think we're going higher. I think these markets are kind of ready for a turnaround. The Dow has had its little, hissy fit sell off. We're 38,137. We touched 40,000. We touched it. Then we backed off now, 1,800 points. Now it's time to take another run higher. So, it's given up 4.5%. And now we could be on the cusp of another run. That is possible. We'll see. Time will tell on this one. Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll keep an eye on that market, see what's going on. Welcome everyone to the show. The volume on GameStop now is 5.1 million, 2241. The volume on Sofi at 688 a share, 5.5 million, a little better than yesterday. So far. What else is going on here? Matterport is up 3 cents. Smart Rent up a half a penny. Spire down 12 cents. Adobe down $5. Uber off 24 cents. Apple up 19. Tesla up 108. AMD is up 72 cents. Got gains on Moderna, Cisco, Pfizer. We still have gains on Goldman, Boeing, Target, JP Morgan. We have gains on Disney, American Airlines at the moment. Royal Caribbean holding a 19-cent gain here at this point in time. There you go. What else is going on here? On the down dip side, let's see what's going on here on the down dip. Let's see, DoorDash down $1. Robinhood off 12 cents. Carvana down 188. DraftKings down 48. AMC down 85 cents. We got. Is that right? Yeah. AMC down. Sorry, AMC down 9 cents. 9.9 cents. Not 85. Walmart down 57. Costco's off $21 because they did not raise the price of memberships. People were thinking, well, if they raise the price of memberships, that could add to the profitability of the corporation. Costco's saying, no. We're not going to raise the price of memberships. We're not even going to raise the price of hot dogs. We're making it so juicy to be a member of this store. More will want to be members. We'll make it on sales. And that's exactly what's been happening at Costco. $7.93 a share. Pretty good pricing on that stock. We're down $4.65 on Facebook. Vanix Semiconductors off 95. Home Depot down 16. Amazon down 287. HPQ down 282 on profit taking at 35.54 after that big run yesterday. IBM down 77. Microsoft down 231. Google down 60 some odd cents. We're down $3 on Netflix. Enphase down $1. The triple Qs are off 150. The spiders are up 49 though. Adobe down 460 a share. A Super Micro computer down $33 on profit taking at 794. That's interesting. SoFi down 3 cents. GameStop at 22.38 down 23 right at the moment. And we got the Dow now gaining again, up 62 points. So some stocks are dipping, and now we've got another run on the market. I think the big markets are going higher, and I think the others are going to follow suit. But it is option expiry today, so let's just see what's going on here. What else? Debbie, wow, I can't buy or sell anyone else having the issue right now. Brian, Uncle Bruce, would you write at the money cash you could puts on GameStop be okay for June 21? I'm seeing about $4 a contract. I like that deal because you're talking $22 something a contract with a $4 premium. You're looking at an $18 buy. Worthy of a look. Parker Ivy, I had a portobello pesto sandwich over the weekend that was pretty tasty at Costco. Brian, maybe I will do a $20 to be conservative. Brian is thinking I'll do $20 cash secured puts. There's an idea. Flint, we have poutine, real Cuban Sammy's Tampa that I like. Is that what you're saying, Flint? Juan just sold June 21. GameStop $27 I don't know what, and got $650, quite a few hot dogs at Costco. So what was it that you sold for 27? Was that a call or a put? You're not helping me here, one. You're kind of leaving me in the lurch here. He meant to say June 28th. He's still not telling me what you sold. Help me out here, Alberto. Nice work. Get that dinero. That was easy, Uncle Bruce. Until I know what he's selling, I'll wait. Stephen, it is hard to find brown gravy south of the Mason-Dixon line, except in the base of a roux. One reason poutine may be hard to find: biscuits and gravy, white gravy in the south. A fan of both, though. Flint Creek, Costco shrimp salad. Oh, yes, please. One. Sold 28 to 1. We'll collect this. Hot wing. Flint, can we request a Costco shrimp salad, please? One. Cash secured puts. I sold cash secured puts
That was easy.
on for a June 21 expiry. $27 strike for $6.50. Thank you very much. Nice going, buddy. That will pick up a few hot dogs for you. Nice going. Oh yes, cash secured puts. Got it. Brian, 650 / 150, 433 hot dogs. You could feed the whole bagel gang for that.
That was easy.
Right there. There you go, man. Nice going. You know, for some of you, I don't know, depending on where you live, if you made $650 on anything, that would be enough money in some cases to buy a flight to Europe. Isn't that crazy? I guess during the summer it only gets you one way, but in the winter that's a round trip. That's cash. Thank you very much. Pay some bills. Yeah, buy some hot dogs. Not bad. Dow's up 46, AI up 41, GameStop at 22.13, 22.16 right now. Looks like it wants to go to 22.20. Here it is, 22.18.19 right now. We're down about 40 something cents a share. ME unchanged. SoFi down 3. Nvidia up $13. It's not giving up ground. Rocket Lab up 2.5 cents. Giddy up and thank you. Keep the good times rolling. Matterport up 3.5. Smart right up 0.5. This Super Micro is at $800 on the nose. Very speculative trader for sure. Spire down a penny. Spiders are up 46 cents. Adobe down 4.65. Uber down 17. So welcome to the show this morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday, May 31. 2024, another fun day in the world. GameStop right now approaching $22 a share. A little sell wave coming through. Again, is GameStop being completely reorganized into a completely different company with all this cash coming in and the possibility of more? This I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't. I could see it working. I can certainly understand if GameStop were to become privatized, the brick and mortar division, sell it off to an individual group, hedge fund, private hedge fund, offshore incorporated, and running around the world. There's a so-called US head office in Grapevine, Texas. Sure, yeah, they got the leasing there, they got the warehouse, all the employees are there. You need to run the company, sure, but you make it a private corporation. Then Ryan Cohen takes the GameStop Corp, changes the name of the public company to RC Hedge Fund, and they got 4.5 billion in cash. They'll raise a little more, get to 6-7 billion in cash, and away we go into all kind of investing. That corporation can be headquartered anywhere Ryan Cohen wants it to be headquartered. And I can see that the private GameStop company, offshore headquartered, could do really well for the private holder, really well. But that's just me. Joe Oliva, I rolled 13 cash secured puts on GameStop, a $27 strike for $8. July the 5th, expiring this morning. Happy to be exercised and happy to not be exercised. You want to take me out? Take me out. Not $19 price is the cost to Joe if he gets taken out. It's a $22 stock. He's up $3 on the deal, and he can just turn around and sell the shares if he wants and write more cash secured puts, or he can turn around and write calls Monday morning on GameStop. Write 30s, write 25s, and say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Well done, Joe. You're making money no matter what happens here. That's the best part about being an option writer. You make money no matter what happens. In the long run, you just make money right there. $22 a share at the moment. 21.90 down 60 cents. Okay, fine. So be it. Making cash secured puts more valuable to right. That's what this is all about. Giddy up. We're down 4 cents on SoFi, making those $7 cash secured puts more valuable to right as well. Well done. Way to go, SoFi players. Okay, NVIDIA, $1,115 a share. Makes sense to consider $950 to $1,000 put credit spread. Something down there. You're talking $95 to $100 a share on the 10-for-1 split. The stock right now at $1,114 is $114 a share. Going forward, once the split is done, a pretty safe credit spread to be doing, 90 to 95 range. Not too bad. Joe, expiring July 5. I wrote them this morning. Sorry, I wrote them this morning. Okay, now I see another angle on this trade. Okay, so you wrote 13 cash secured puts, $27 strike. You got paid $8 in cash. They expire July 5. Okay, got it. That's maybe I misread that. That's great. That's 5 weeks. You're willing to pay $19 a share. Or if the shares want to go to $30 between now and then, those are worthless. Keep all $8. Thank you very much. And then rewrite again. Stock wants to go to just 25. Just goes to $25 right now between now and July 5. Right around that first week of July, 25. These puts are worth $3. You've made $5 a share. To offer to buy the shares at $27. You get exercised. You've paid 19 for stocks that are trading at 25. Do you care? You don't care. It's all good. Alberto, that is great. Get that dinero. That was easy. Thank you very much. 13 times $800 has just been taken in here. Thank you very much for, what is that? How much money? $10,400 in cash has just landed in Joe Oliva's hands immediately. Do any of you need $10,000 in cash right now for any bills you got lying around? Why don't you write 13 cash secured puts for July 5, $27 on GameStop? Here's 10 grand. You got a credit card bill for 10 grand? Why don't you pay it off? Don't pay the credit card company $200 a month in interest. Do this instead. What's wrong with this game? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with this game.
That was easy.
That was easy. Giddy up, everybody. Well done, each and every one of you. Cool. Of course, Joe now can take that 10 grand and he could turn around and go, well, you know, Bruce, I could now write 50 credit spreads, $2 credit spreads on GameStop. I could do 50 of them right now. I could write maybe 16 and 14s or 17s and 15s for like 2 weeks, 4 weeks. I could do that with my 10 grand. Maybe you could haul in about 20% on the 20 and bring in another 2 grand in cash on that move. Maybe that's an idea. I don't know. I'm just saying. Interesting. Get assigned and sell cash secured puts immediately. Credit spreads immediately. Alberto, Uncle Bruce, it's only easy if you know how to do this. Hint: get the classes, people. That's true. Joe, I got an attaboy from Uncle Bruce and Alberto. It's going to be a great weekend. It's already a great time. Giddy up, Joe. Well done, everybody. 2170 on GameStop makes this trade even juicier. If you want to take advantage of this trade, you can get even more for it. Totally up to you, though, if you want to play the game. Many ways to play the angle here. Congratulations, everybody. I love seeing people making money from the gamblers. They're out there just throwing trillions out there. It's unbelievable. Trillions for you to make your dollars and say, thank you, sir. May I have another? Where we were at 2170, we're at 2182 now. 2180 on GameStop, 2184. We're waving a little here, up and down, up and down, up and down. What are we down? 70 cents? It's a nothing burger. There you go, kids. Get going. I've got GameStop shares too. I'm going to play both sides aggressively. Well done, sir. Alberto, exactly what Juan says. Wheel it, go to assignment and write cover calls and get the dinero both ways. Brian, I just sold 6 GameStop, June 21, $21 cash secured puts for $325 each. Thank you very much. For June 21 expiry, 6 times $325. What is that? Almost $2,000 in cash, $1,950. Thank you very much, says Brian. Brian has uses for $1,950. I'm sure. I bet you with half of that, you can buy a big 75-inch television with just half of that money. With all of that money, you can definitely fly a round trip to Europe. That is easy. Nice going. Well done, everybody.
That was easy.
That was easy. Well done, everyone. Keep the game going. Keep the drive alive. And take the money from these gamblers. This is beautiful stuff, really. 11.04 on NVIDIA. We're down 29 cents. We're actually negative on it. Berto, Brian, you got to love this game. Get that dinero. Let's go to Europe. There you go, right there. How about that? On other people's dimes. 29.10 on AI, up 53 cents. Not bad. We're down a nickel on SoFi. NVIDIA down 148. Rocket Lab up 3.5 now. Matterport up 3.5. What else is going on here? Let's see. Adobe down 5. That Super Micro down $40 a share. It's really, really wild. We're up $1 on Apple. Tesla down 37 cents. Rock and roll, everybody. HPQ down 278. We may have bottomed out here. We might be on a turnaround right now. $35 range on HPQ. We might be turning it the other direction. Very interesting trading over there. Amazon down $4. Home Depot down 60 cents. Goldman down 43 cents. Boeing down 4. Meta down 661. There you go. Never, ever, ever a dull moment. Welcome all of you for joining me today. More comments coming in here. Brian, if GameStop keeps going down, I have an extra $4,000. I'll write 2 more of those $21 cash secured puts. I'll do it again. Yes, you can. Why not? And you'll take even more money for those because the lower the stock goes, the higher the premiums get on cash secured puts. You'll take more money. Thank you. That now pays for your hotel. There you go. We go to Europe and pay for your hotel. It is funny, says Brian. I find rolling so stressful. Once the roll hits, it's like a breath of fresh air and the weight is lifted off my shoulders. Great to have positions open in the market. Always be writing, my friend. Always be writing. Put the stress on the gamblers who are long this stuff, out of the money, premium plays. Let them take all the risk. Thank you very much. The VIX is down 5%. That's good. That's good. We got a lower stress level in the markets. We are going higher. The markets are going to go higher. Just saying, we're up 46 cents on AI, 29.03. Thank you. 21.87 again on GameStop, 21.90. We're climbing a little bit here on GameStop again, from what I can see over here from my vantage point. 21.93 here on GameStop. Just climbed about 20 cents a share here. Interesting stuff. ME down 0.4 of a penny. SoFi down just 5 measly cents. Volume on SoFi 6.5 million. The low 683. We're now at 686 actually. We've bounced back 3 cents just in a few minutes on SoFi. NVIDIA down 188. Only down $1.88 on NVIDIA on $1,103 stock. It's a nothing burger, folks. Doesn't want to go down. Very interesting, kids. Are you having fun? Every news story I see, every news story is talking about Costco hot dogs. You don't believe me? Look at this. Look at this. Every news. This is my big ass iPad, and here's the level 2 trading thing that you found, that I found, that you found on YouTube, and here are all these stories all about the Costco hot dog. Look at that. Michael Cohen and the $1.50 hot dog. The ruling from courts, the Costco hot dog, $1.50 has been preserved. It's all good. There's nothing to worry about here. Everything you see on these incredible news stories going on, it's all about the great news from Costco that the $1.50 hot dog is intact, and America has been saved. America is united. It's one happy country. Hot dog lovers from coast to coast to coast to coast. We're safe. We have nothing to worry about. It's fantastic. I love this. VIX down. Bullish sentiment says one. Hot Wing Mike, Brian, come to Vancouver this summer. It's $40 each way. I'll show you my favorite park bench at the beach to trade on. I'll show you where I do my trading with the beautiful view. Is that English Bay? Are you looking out over English Bay? Where are you at, my friend? Let us know where that is. Pretty awesome stuff. Vancouver, a beautiful city. Gorgeous place. You can and really have wonderful summers there. Just a wonderful place for the summertime. Winter, yeah, not so much. But then there's Palm Desert. There's always Palm Desert, California. You can always enjoy winters there. They're a little drier than Vancouver in the wintertime. So, there's that. I'm just saying. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. We're now shooting 199 thumbs ups for the show. You guys are great. Thank you, everybody. What else here? Brian, you are hilarious. Costco hot dog. I assume that was an analogy. Well done, Uncle B. I still enjoy watching your show after 4 years. Hot Wing Mike. Yes, English Bay. I live a few blocks away in the West End of English Bay in Vancouver. Yes, pretty nice place to hang out. Nothing wrong with it at all. Let me see if I can bring an image up for you guys. English Bay in Vancouver. Let's see. Got a few images here one could take a look at to enjoy. Here's one of those sort of very, very relaxed kind of views of the English Bay area with the mountains in the background and just a gorgeous place. Let me see if I can pop this up for you. English Bay, Vancouver. There you go. See if that'll work for you. Hang on one second. Let's see if this pops up. Here it goes. There it is. Can you see? Look at that. That's English Bay. Hot Wing Mike, we're going to get your comment out of there with that crazy avatar of yours. There you go. Look at that. English Bay, Vancouver. They have park benches in various areas of English Bay. It's a huge area, so there's a lot of shoreline to look at. This is right near the edge of downtown Vancouver. It is just stunning. No doubt about it. Here's probably a picture here of some people on park benches looking over English Bay. Let me see if I can find something that might be a little better. Yeah, here's a nice photo. There you go. How about this picture? This is a downtown, just off a downtown core picture right here. See if I can load this up for you real quick. And what do you think of this one? Here we go. Here it comes right here. There we go. Let's pop that over there. And let's get that on the screen for you right now. How about that picture? There's some park benches right there looking over. That's Stanley Park there on the right. High-rise condos behind you. Looking out over English Bay, seeing the ships waiting for their container ship work, and they're grabbing wheat and moving on. Beautiful, beautiful days. That's just an average photo. That's nothing. That is not a professional high-end replication of what we're talking about. That's somebody just with a cheap camera taking a photo. Here's something kind of neat. They have these events every once in a while in Vancouver in the summertime near English Bay, where they have these fireworks displays on summer evenings. And I got to tell you, this is pretty cool to witness. Here you go. Whether it's from shore or look at the thousands or at least hundreds of sailboats and other boats out in the water. Look at that. You've got the fireworks going off these barges out in the harbor there. Look at how flat the water is at nighttime too. It's just gorgeous. And you got these people in the condos looking out over the fireworks show. So cool. You have fireworks right in front of you by the shore. Then you have fireworks going off way out in the distance, and it's all timed to music that you can listen to. And all those boats out there are watching and enjoying right from the waterfront. Talk about a spectacular view of the city of Vancouver and surrounding area. Absolutely stunning. Now that is a place where you can relax and write stock options and not work for a living. Yes, yes, indeed. Thumbs ups from Juan. That's the view of the bay from Kits. Hot Wing, my building is on the right side there. Brian, the Credit Savage, are you still buying up or selling cash secured puts on Unity? Stock is still nice and low. Hot Wing, Mike, that's the spot. It was right there, right by the hot dog vendor. Brian, Vancouver's lovely. It was there the first time ever last year. Too bad no one can afford it. It costs more than Manhattan to live there. Anyone help me move to Vancouver, it'll be you. You know, let option writers pay the bills. It's cheap to live in Vancouver if you're making money on the options. Hot Wing Mike, Celebration of Lights Festival. I watch it from my couch. Blair, yeah, Uncle Bruce spreading weekend vibes. Blair, that's looking gorgeous. Parker, I've only ever been to Niagara Falls and Toronto in Canada. You have seen nothing unless you come to the western part of this country. You come out here to Calgary, take a look at this area here, 40 minutes from the Rockies. You rent a vehicle or an RV and head in there. Oh my God. Yeah, take the train. You can take a train all the way to Vancouver with the Sky Dome through the mountains. Oh my God. You write options. You'll be able to afford this lifestyle. Vancouver, pretty, very pretty. Actually, 21.91 on GameStop shares right now. 21.94 on GameStop shares. We're down 67 cents a share. Congratulations, cash secured put writers, deep in the money covered call writers, poor man covered call writers, um, credit spread investor. Well done, everybody. Parker, yeah, the East Coast is pretty beautiful. Probably much closer than AB or BC. Yeah, it's okay, but Vancouver is something else, man. It is like something. A meet and greet in Vancouver, Zeta State saying. You should do one of those. See, there you go. One of these days, maybe Jen and I someday will take a cruise out of Vancouver that will take us through the Panama Canal over to New York, and we'll start in Vancouver or end in Vancouver and have a meet and greet there. Get people up there from the Northwest. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Who knows? What can we do? Brian, Zeta State, BC will be the taxi with his option bought a BMW. Right on. That's right. Zeta is driving a Beamer because of option premiums, and it's pretty darn good. Nothing wrong with that life. We're up 63 on the Dow right now, guys. Welcome to the party, pals. Giddy up. And we got Gary here, a new member. Hey, Gary, what's going on? Gary Cosme became a YouTube member of this channel, Chilling with Uncle Bruce level. Welcome, my friend. Nice to have you with us here. Welcome to the party, pal. Great that you joined us. And any of you out there who've joined us today as members, those of you who've been upgrading your member from Chillin' to Gold Bagel as well, thank you all. Thank you for those of you who have stepped up here and hit that thumbs up button for me. Appreciate that. We're at 202 now. We've broken that 200 barrier. Absolutely fabulous. Thank you all so very, very much for that. Dinner on Zeta State, says Zeta State. How about that? There you go. Enjoy. There's good food in Vancouver. There's pretty good views. Yeah, pretty darn beautiful out there for sure. Indeed, if you ever take an Alaska cruise, you want it to start and end in Vancouver. It's pretty spectacular, actually. You get there several days before your cruise. Enjoy the city for a while. Pretty unique place. 55-point gain on the Dow. Thank you, Dow. Come on. 21.80, 81 on GameStop as we move 15-20 cents per trade. Quite normal here. 7 million volume on GameStop today. 7 million at this moment in time in about an hour of trading approaching at the moment. Thank you all for being here. And thank you again to congratulations, Gary, for coming in here. The Big G is here. Gotcha. Nice to have you in the house as a member of the channel. Thank you for joining us, and let's make money. Let's help you make some dough. Absolutely. Thanks again to those of you grabbing these classes. If any of you need a one-on-one, let me know if you'd like a one-on-one session with me. I'm not available Saturday this weekend, unfortunately. We've got familial things to work on, and it's good familial things. So happy about that. But available Sunday or anytime next week. If any of you need help with option trades, rollovers, thinking of doing deep in the money call acquisition to write poor man covered calls, cash secured put advice, writing covered calls, maybe an idea is to look me up for a one-on-one during the week, during market hours. So after I get off the air here, at 10:30 Eastern, maybe at 12 Eastern, 1 Eastern, 2 Eastern, might be a time to book a one-on-one with yours truly. We can have a chat, help guide you through whatever trades you're trying to pull off here and get them done right. Put in the stink bids, stink offers, and maybe if you're writing enough contracts, we may find that the stink bid, stink offer game pays for more than the cost of my session. Fair enough. But let's get you set up, because especially for some of you who can write 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 contracts, if you're going to bring in $3, $4, $5, $6, $8 a contract times 10, 15, 20 of them, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars that are coming into your hands. Kind of worth your while to have a one-on-one with me, along with the full hour to really go over where you're at. It's up to you. When you're ready, you let me know, and we'll go from there. It's all good. Thank you. Brian, the borrow fear on GameStop is still 16%, and about 2 million shares available to borrow. Maximum paying today, $21. Gary, so what? I own 100 shares. Do I still write a secured put if I own 100 shares? Well, if you own 100 shares, you can sell them and then turn right around and write a cash secured put at the ballpark of where you sold them. So sell the stock at $21.82 and write a $21 cash secured put right away. Offer to buy the stock back at $21 and take the premium for like a month. Maybe you'll bring in $300, $300 in cash right now, and you're willing to buy the stock back for $21 less the credit you just got, $3. You're willing to buy the stock for $18. Not bad buyback if that had to happen. On the other hand, you can write 20s or you can write 25s, and you can go up to January 2025 as an example, and bring in $7, $8, $9 a share from, say, 25s or 26s or whatever. I mean, Gary, there's a lot of choices here. It depends. Welcome. Parker, Gary, that would be a covered call against your shares. Yeah, if you're going to write a call against your stock, you're just going to offer maybe a 23 against your stock, a 22, a $25 call, all the way up to January 25, and bring in a nice big fat premium on the call side. Thank you. There you go. You can do, as like Bruce said, many ways here. Make sure you are taking my classes to understand lesson number 1, lesson number 2, the basics right there. Get those under your belt ASAP, and let's go from there. You may also have to double check your brokerage account. Is your platform account ready for option trading? Can you write? You have to double check on that. By all means, welcome one and all. Yeah, Brian, you can write a June 21 $30 call for $220. Offer your stock for $30, and you'll get $220 right now, $220 a share, just to offer your stock until June 21st. That's 3 weeks. Not bad return for $220 for 3 weeks on a $21 stock. Thank you. Right, there's 10% on your money right there. And that's 8 out of the money. If you get taken out, you get paid 30. Plus you keep the 220. That's 32.20 to you on a 21.82 stock. Not a bad move. Thank you very much. You're now sitting on $3,200. Pretty good. Nice move. 21.84 right now is the price of GameStop. I sure hope you guys have a good weekend this weekend. I hope all is well with all of you out there. Summer, I hope, is coming your way. Thank you all for joining me this week as Jen and I have moved back here to Calgary from Palm Desert, California. Appreciate all of you who have become members or staying members, grabbing the Gold Bagel membership to take advantage of the pre-show and the Wednesday show. Those of you picking up classes, congratulations, well done. I feel you will be very well rewarded for your investment. Thank you. Those of you who want to do one-on-ones, whenever you're ready, you let us know. Jen and I wish the best to all of you from wherever you are, whether you're a follower of this channel, you're a subscriber, just a lurker. We wish you the best. We want you to make nothing but a ton of money. That is what it's all about. AI is moving up again. We're up 89 cents on AI. There could be at any time a major short squeeze on AI. I'm telling you, I am warning you, I am telling you all about it. But you have to decide for yourself how you want to play it. GameStop, 82 cents a share, 82 cents down on the day at $21.79, now $21.83. This could break out also anytime to anywhere. Watch out. We'll see what happens. SoFi 682, that's a firecracker. We've lit it. We're just waiting for it to go off. I don't know when, but Noto just buys the stock whenever he can. So that's all I need to know. Thank you very much, Richard. Carlin, thank you. Neat. Flint Creek, have a good weekend, everybody. Gary, thanks. Sounds like money. Giddy up, dude! Thanks for everything you do, Uncle B. I just write calls and puts and make money. It's pretty boring. Laugh a lot. I owe it all to you. Well, you can do that in Vancouver. You can do it in Zermatt. You can do it in Zurich. You can do it in London, England this summer. You can do it anywhere you want, wherever you're going, and hang out with this gang. In the meantime, thank you all for being part of this channel and the family that we have here. It is you're so appreciated, Stuart. Neat. All to you, my friend. Keep it going, kids. Get rich, get richer, and just keep making the bucks. Take the dough that the very, very wealthy are getting as a matter of course. Take your share of the $5 trillion a week that's being offered on the options market. Become a writer. Classes are waiting for you on my website anytime you're ready. Stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That's all you need to know. Cow Tipper, have a good one, buddy. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you later, and keep your eyes open for any updates. We'll stay on top of it. Mandu number 5, thank you. Have a good one, everybody. Bye for now.